Hey everybody again. Okay, this is step 2 to the stacked hair bow video, part 2, step 2, whatever you want to call it. So, during the first one, we covered our barrette and the ends with a little bit of hot glue. If you didn't watch the first video, look for the part 1 video to the stacked hair bow. Follow those instructions first before you continue, because if you don't, you're going to be a little lost. We also did this, which I will show you what that's for soon. We're going to make another one of these, and then we're going to make what's called a pinwheel. So, curl your ribbon around, just like you would a support ribbon, just like we did last time. And we're going to make an X with our needle and thread to hold it together. Of course, try not to do what I just did, which is getting your string caught around your ribbon. It happens. Then needle it back through and tie off your end. I always kind of go under the X, which you can see my little X. So I always try to go under the X and stick my needle through the loop to tie it off if my ribbon will stop getting caught. And of course, do it one more time, just to be sure that it stays secure. Cut your string, and yes, I do have a needle in my mouth. Alright, and I just tore my ribbon, so I need to cut a new piece of ribbon. Tie a knot in the end of my string. I'm going to have to cut a new piece of ribbon right quick. And that happens when you use a ribbon that has, hold on, I'll show you. See this metal edge right here? Very shiny, very pretty, but unfortunately you pull on it the wrong way and it will tear. So, I need to cut a new piece of ribbon and do that step again. And for those of you watching, I'm sorry for the delay. But luckily I only got to one side of it. So, let's try that again, shall we? Flip it around, just like you would a support ribbon. Looks like this on the inside. Needle and thread. Sorry for the cough. I just got over being sick not long ago. I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing that right now. So now that I've cut back up on my step, we're going to cut the ribbon, or cut, not the ribbon, sorry, cut the string. And now we're going to tie a string, or not at the end of our string, that is attached to the needle. And we are going to do the other side of the ribbon now. And I know you're going to hear some background noise. Sorry, my front door is opening. So now we're going to do the other side. Loop it around. Line it up with the middle piece. So we make another one of these. We're going to go through and make another X in our position. This way it holds our piece together. A lot cleaner than doing hot glue. And tie your end off, just like we did before. And do it one more time just to secure it. And we're going to tie another knot in the end of our string. I make my strings a little long just so I don't have to constantly re-thread the needle, because stopping, re-threading a needle and everything else, you know, it takes time. So, tie another knot at the end of your string if your string is long enough. If not, take the time to go ahead, cut another piece of string, and re-thread your needle. Alright, we now have 2 of these. What do we do with them? So we are going to put them together, like so, like a cross. And we're going to sew right here in the middle. That way we have a nice, perfect little, almost like a square. Well, it is a square, but with loops. And what goes inside of this is going to be your cute little bow, like on the frog hair bow. This cute little bow that's in the middle is what goes inside one of those. So, let's do this again. And sew the 2 pieces together. It gets a little tougher the more you get, so you kind of gotta pull a little harder to get the needle to go through. Ah. Go ahead and clip this little tail out of my way. It's annoying me. Just make sure if you do that, you don't clip the wrong string. That would be bad. And try not to do what I just did, which is stab yourself with a needle.
That's what I like.
It hurts.
I need
tie your end off again, going under the X, looping it into the loop. Now we have our first piece. Very cute. Outer edges show the Santa Claus, which is what you want. That inner part is going to be covered with a bow, so don't worry about the inner part. And when we go and attach all this together, it'll squish down a little more like that in the end. So now we have all these other little pieces, and I'm going to tilt the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. We have all these other little pieces, right? I like to make what's called pinwheels. Let me get in a more comfortable position. Now, you can do this one or two ways. You can make them all the same color, or you can mix and match your colors so your pinwheels come out two different colors. For this one, I think I'm going to mix and match. So what we need is 4 pieces total, 2 of each, and we need the lighter again, and the same as we did last time, hot seal the end of our ribbon so it doesn't fray. Oh, forgot, first we need to cut, fold it in half, fold your ribbon in half. You got it like this, so fold it in half, cut at an angle this side, or the end rather, so that way when it unfolds it looks like a present. See? And that's what we're going to hot seal the end of. That way it doesn't fray. Seal the end. And we're going to do that to all of our pieces right quick. So take a minute to go ahead and do that. Hot sealing the end is really good. Doesn't want to fray because you don't want it to look frayed in the end, especially if you're going to give it as a gift to a little girl. And you want the bow to last, and this will help keep the bow to last. Hot seal. And this is my last one. Hopefully yours too. If not, pause the video and catch up. Okay, so we have 4 pieces with a cut little end like that. Looks like a present type of bow ending. Alright. Now to do a pinwheel, you can do this 2 different ways. You can do a standard pinwheel, which is where you just close it in half, put a needle through the middle, and you keep doing the other pieces, and then I'll show you how to end it. Or you could fold it in half, like so, and then you could fold that piece back down, like that, and that piece back down. And that way it looks cinched in the middle, like that. I like this way better. Reason being is because when you are stacking a hair bow like this, it's thinner. And this can go on the outer side or the inner side of your piece. So, I'm going to fold it, fold again, I'm going to fold down the other side, and stick your needle through all the pieces. Don't stab yourself, it really hurts. And it would help if I would have had a knot at the end of my string. I did not do that. So let's do this again. Fold, fold down, fold down, stick the needle through. Now I'm going to try to zoom in my camera so you can see a little better. Down a little more. Sorry for all the movement. Trying to get my camera situated here. Okay. So, got it like that. Pull the needle through. And it'll come loose, but don't worry, it'll look like that when it's on your string. But when you cinch it all together, it'll tighten it back up. So, we're going to fold again in half. We're going to fold down like that. If I can hold it, that is. Fold down again. And stick our needle through the middle. You want to make sure you're in the middle. Not off to the side or anything like that. And then take the opposite color from what you just did. Do it again. Stick the needle through. Add it to your string. And then last piece. Fold again. Fold it down. Fold down. Needle through the middle. Pull tight. That way it gets the cinched effect. Don't worry about the way it looks right now, because the next step, at the very end, we will spread this little pinwheel out. But you now have it like this. Okay? You can see all the different ribbons. Now, in the middle, where it's cinched, right here, we are going to wrap the string literally around the middle a couple of times, and then we're going to secure our thread in the back where it can't be seen. And then we'll situate what our pinwheel looks like. So flip it over, you got this nice little line right there of thread. Secure your needle under your thread, pull through, you got a loop, stick the needle through the loop, pull tight. You want to do that a couple times to make sure it's nice and secure on the pinwheel.
Well, we were actually coming into town to see if the army was needed.
And then cut your string. And cut any extra string that you got hanging off. That way it's not seen. And there went my tape measure. That's okay. We don't have to worry about tape measure. So, now I got this cute little pinwheel. So, you adjust out the way it looks. So once it's adjusted, your pinwheel should look like that. Very cute holiday ribbon. So, this piece and this piece go together. You can either put it behind, so when it's attached to the bow, you'll see it sticking out. But this one's a little short. That's kind of hidden. So we are going to stick it in the middle of our hairbow. Like I said, you could do it either or. You could stick it in the middle of this, or you could stick it on the outer of this. It just really depends on the type of effect that you're looking for. So I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue in the middle of this piece, right here where our stitching is. Tiny bit of hot glue. Don't have to use a lot. Trust me, you do not want a huge glob there. We are going to stick the bow, little pinwheel, rather, right in the middle. Of our piece. And we're going to let that dry for a second. And now we have this effect. Santa's on the outside, pinwheel's on the middle. Let me move my lamp a little bit so it lights it up a little bit better. Get that closer to the camera so you can see where I'm at. Got a pinwheel in the middle of the Santa Claus piece. So, stay tuned for part 3 for stacking a hairbow.